Hello everyone, Sigs here, and welcome to an unboxing and a look at the prices for a Theros Beyond Death Collector's Booster box. So we'll go through, do a pretty standard pack opening, and I will put the prices for any card that is worth more than $1 on screen, as well as probably keep a running total down in the bottom left. And then at the end, I will scan all of the cards into the Delver Lens app, and we can go ahead and take a look at the total value of the box. So let's go ahead and break into it here. Seal looks all right. It's a little loose. I'm not too worried about a repack, but that's why I'm checking out the seal on the sides here. But hopefully we're okay. So we'll see what we end up getting. That may tell us more, but I think we have a good sealed product here. Now, obviously these prices are subject to change. However, this set is 4 years old. So at this point, a lot of the prices have stabilized, at least a lot more than a brand new product would be. Still just checking things out. I always get a little worried buying old sealed product. But anyway, you know, things may change based as how things shift into and out of the meta and if things get reprinted. But the prices are a lot more stable than a brand new product would be, as I just said. So, you know, you can take a look at the total value of this box, look at some other openings, maybe figure out like an average price of these boxes, and then decide for you if it is worth it to get it or not. So we do have 12 collector's booster packs in here. This is what the packs look like. If you were ever curious, we will go through a little bit more slowly on this first pack, just to let you know what could be in each slot and what to expect. And then we'll speed it up, do a quick opening, look at the prices, and call it a day. So, breaking right into it, let's see, first of all, those are pretty flat. So, you know, a lot of times with old foils, they curl quite heavily. Those aren't too bad. So that's a good first sign, I would say. Now, first up, we're going to have 8 foil commons, uncommons, or basic lands. So let's just run through, see what we get. So Triton Wave Rider, keep it in focus, give you a little wiggle for the foiling. That's 1, 2 with Aspect of the Manticore, 3 with Wrap in Flames, 4 with Final Death, 5, Iroh's Blessing, looking good in foil. There's a basic land with the chains. What is that, 6? I already lost count. 7 with an uncommon, Scophos Maze Warden, and 8, yep, with Impending Doom. So we got a few other things coming up in the back of the pack. I'm not sure the exact order, so we're going to kind of find out together here, but there's one card from the ancillary products, so like the theme boosters, Planeswalker decks, or Buy a Box promo. Let's see if that's what's next. No. Okay. So every pack does come with 2 of these gorgeous, in my opinion, foil showcase Nyx lands. Now, these are all worth about $1 or $2 in foil. You get 2 per pack, which is kind of a lot, but they're freaking awesome lands. I love them. I'm totally happy to end up with 24 of them from this. So there's the first one. That's the Swamp. And yeah, second one's right behind it. That is a Forest. And then, okay, so not sure if this is an ancillary product or not. We do get, okay, this must be the ancillary product. I'll explain why as we go. So we get a Tree Shaker Chimera. Not sure the value on that one, but that's just like a regular rare. And then, yeah, oh my God. Oh, Jesus, wow. Okay, so first pack, that is a Nyx Bloom Ancient with the extended art frame. It's not foil. Just a regular. Let me make sure that's like in focus and you can see it. That's the most expensive card in this set. So not sure the non-foil versus the foil pricing, but that's the card everyone wants. That thing's still playable. It's like $30-something right now. I'm just trying to go through and like explain the packs. Haven't even got to explaining what the big hits are yet, and we got the biggest hit we could get. So that's huge. That's one of the slots. I guess after the ancillary slot is going to be your non-foil extended frame card. Then we have, okay, just a foil regular rare, foil rare mythic. Could also be the extended art in this slot. This time it's not. And then it's a Saga, Constellation, or Showcase card next. So we get the Saga, the rare Saga. Timeret Calls the Dead. There you go. And then it's a foil, Constellation, Showcase, or Borderless for the last slot. Okay. So this is just one of the uncommons. There are 5 uncommon demigods, and then 6 rare gods, and then 3 borderless planeswalkers that could appear in this slot in foil. So if we get one of the god cards in the rare, some of those are worth a lot. This is just an uncommon Very cool art style. This is called the Constellation Showcase art style. Just an uncommon, nothing crazy, but there you go. And I think it's just a token left. Yeah. So you do get a double-faced foil token in every pack. Satyr, is this Tentacle? Oh, it is. So this one's worth about $2, $1.70. I saw on TCG Player looking through the prices earlier. So not sure if that'll show in Delver Lens, but some of these double-faced tokens do have good value, and they tend to move. So, okay. I know we took forever there. Just wanted to kind of go through the slots. Let me just quickly make some room here. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. And let me get these moved over. I just want to try to keep things kind of a little bit together so that at the end, whoa, we can make a massive mess of our cards. So that at the end I could do just like a little quick recap of kind of what we got. So we'll keep the rares there, keep the lands there, the junk there, and the tokens there. Okay, so 11 packs left. I'll go quick now. That was just to let you know kind of what to expect in each slot. Huge hit on that first pack. You'll love to see it. Jesus, we are really making a mess today. Bending the corners of our cards. It's all an unmitigated disaster. But, okay, so cruising through these. Nothing crazy up front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basic land there. 6. And is it 2 uncommons? Because I think that's what it was in the first pack. I don't know if it's always like 4 commons and then a basic land and then another common and then 2 uncommons. But anyway, it's like a combination of 8 of commons and uncommons and whatever else. And then our 2 lands, gorgeous Nyx Showcase lands. There's the island for the first time. And our rare, Victory's Envoy. Don't think that has a ton of value. And then our extended. Yep. Oh my god, what the f... Oh, wow. So that is the next most valuable card in this set. Okay. So, yeah. I was going to kind of, as we go here, like explain what the big cards are that you could pull. That's one of them right there. So those are 2 of the 3 most expensive cards. The other one's Thassa's Oracle. I might as well just tell you now, but there you go. Can't even talk. I'm so excited. Shadow Spear, extended art, non-foil, but big money there. So, okay. And then next, our foil rare. Nothing crazy there. Hard to beat that last pull anyway. And then our showcase. Okay, non-foil showcase, uncommon, demigod. There you go. I do think they look cool, even if they're not that valuable. And then our foil showcase. Oh, Daxos. Dude, I thought that was a Heliod for a second. That one's got some value too, a foil Heliod in the showcase. But Daxos is cool. I do see people still play this card, so there you go. And then our token, Human Soldier into Wall in foil, hopefully in focus. Trying to do a better job of that today, so there we go. Okay, so let's move this over and let's get into the next pack. Make just a little more room here. I'm going to keep this Sun Spear and the Nyx Bloom separate. It's like $60 between those 2 cards right there, so we're already off to a great start. And you know what? Let me just catch my breath here because I am sure I sound frantic and way too excited and it's hard to listen to, so give me a moment. Okay, just a short moment because I don't want to wait. I want to crack these packs because they are cool and exciting. This is a very cool set, I think. So we'll quickly blitz through the commons and uncommons and basic lands here. Just me personally, I really like the sets that are based on real life areas like Kamigawa. Okay, and so the order is different here because it was 2 commons and then a land. So who knows how many commons and uncommons and lands we get. You can keep track as we go through the packs. As I say that I will do them quickly and then I keep stopping to talk about random crap. That's a cool card there. And figure out exactly what the breakdown is for all of these. I guess it could be more commons, could be more uncommons, could be more basic lands. Okay, so here's our 2 lands. And again, I just love the, the Greek mythology theme, just like with Kamigawa, kind of the Japanese culture and traditions, just anything based in like a real world tradition, I think is pretty cool. So there's our first rare. Sphinx Mindbreaker, nothing going on there. And then Temple of Enlightenment. Okay, so this is the Ally Temple Scrylands cycle. I think it's like a couple bucks. Some of them are. I don't know about this one. Great looking artwork on that, though. Again, I just love the, the Greek kind of mythology aspect. So pretty cool card. Happy to get that one. And then our showcase, our extended art foil, Storm's Wrath. Pretty cool. Cool looking card. I don't know if you can get it to pick up that foiling down there on the bottom with everything else being dark around it. That looks awesome. But anyway. Okay, so there's a Mythic Perforos. This is one of the gods in the constellation style. Non-foil, but pretty cool regardless. And then, oh, what is this box, dude? Okay, I don't know the value of this at all offhand, but this is one of the 3 borderless planeswalkers that you could get, and it's in foil. So there's Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis, in foil, borderless planeswalker. You'll love to see it. Can't complain about that. Put that right in the valuable stack, I guess. And then Human Soldier and a goat token. There you go. Little Tom Brady token for you. Okay, so let's keep moving here. Try to go quickly. Just get these out of the way for you. And go right into the next pack as we, like, ruin our cards because we're, like, shaking from excitement and being nervous about talking on camera. Very, very cool so far. Definitely, knock on wood, but definitely not concerned about a repack on this one. If you were going to repack these boxes, I don't think you would leave any of those cards in the packs. So, interesting, too, opening these because it's 4 years old. They're a lot easier to open than current collector's boosters, which have that more, like, sticky, tough packing material, which is interesting. So, rip through the commons and uncommons here that nobody cares about. Some of these foils do look really cool, I think. Just in general, like this frame, I love the Constellation frame when they did that in the original Theros. But really no value here, so I'll just let people see. You can pause, you can read the cards. Yeah, read all about that down there. If you really want to. Otherwise, just going to blitz through them because people just want to see the spiciness that's back here. Show off the lands, go a little quicker because I think we've seen them all at this point. I think we got the mountain too, yeah. So there you go. And then our rare, I think that's our ancillary slot, Grasping Giant. And then, oh my, dude, what the sorry. So this is one of the other most valuable cards in this box. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Still sees a ton of play. Again, not foil, but extended art slot. That's one you want to see for sure. So cool. I'm just going to keep moving. I'm like out of words to say. Gravebreaker Lamia. I love when they do that with the foiling. I think it's getting picked up where it's like foiling back here, but then it's matte on the actual creature. Gorgeous looking card. Not a ton of value, I don't think, but cool to see. And just a uncommon and uncommon demigod. Nothing there. And then, damn it, Renata. Called to the Hunt. Looks great. Again, love the Constellation showcase in the Constellation frame. Looks great in foiling. Not frickin' curled, which is incredible, but not a lot of value there. And then our Human Soldier token and a Creepy Spider token, which again has that foiling in the back and not on the spider. I wish they would do that more often. It seems like they do that less nowadays. But okay, that's really cool. My card stacks that I was trying to organize are already all disorganized, so what are you going to do? Would love to see, you know, some of these god cards like Thassa or Heliod in that style in foil. I think you're going to get good value from those. But we'll see what we get with the rest. I already cannot complain. If the rest of this was just like... Can't even open this one. If the rest of this was just junk, just like blank pieces of cardboard, I would still be happy. Just with what we've pulled so far. We've gotten like almost everything that we wanted. So really good box so far. Let's keep it going. So again... ripping through commons and uncommons. That time we had a land in the front, so definitely just a random order, random assortment of commons and uncommons, which I do kind of like. It adds kind of a little, you know, again, with the foiling, beautiful. Love to see it. Just a little bit of a more kind of randomized element instead of knowing that it's like, you know, 3 commons, 3 uncommons. It's like, well, you can get lucky and get more, or you can get unlucky and get less, but I just like the variety aspect of it. So, okay, Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. I think that's a few bucks, too. Could be wrong on that. Could be more, could be less, but that's from the Planeswalker decks, I think. So, ancillary product slot, another mythic. God, this box is fire, dude. I don't want to jinx it, but Nylea's Intervention, I think that's a few bucks, too, man, in the extended art. I can't imagine what the total is on screen right now, but hopefully it's pretty high. And then, okay, Eidolon of Obstruction, regular, rare, in foil, and then our 2 showcase slots. Come on, baby. Okay, just a demigod, uncommon, non-foil. Don't know why I'm wiggling it. It's non-foil. And then, okay, Ajax, in foil, nothing there. And then a satyr, and a spider. All right, so we'll keep cruising through here. I think I'm starting to see why those god constellation style foil cards are worth quite a lot. They do seem to be pretty uncommon. Seems like we're getting a lot more of the uncommons than the rares. So, would love a Thassa, would love a Heliod. Would actually play Heliod in one of my decks if we could pull one. So, see what we can do here. Go ahead and blitz through, let you look at these in focus, hopefully. Gotta really be paying better attention to that. Let you see the foiling. Great foiling in this set. Cards not curled. Omen of the Forge. Basic land, no one cares. Traveler's Amulet. Minions Return. Escape Velocity. Okay, our lands. Whoops. Mountain. You've seen it. You love it. Plains. Have we seen a Plains yet? I love that one, man. That's great. I actually have, this is Sam Burley is the artist. I actually have prints of all 5 of these lands hanging on my wall in my house because I'm that much of a nerd. Okay. Terror of Mount Velis, Ancillary. Not sure what that's worth. And then, extended art, Treacherous Blessing. Not sure what that's worth either. Okay, Nessian Boar. Got a 10-6. Crazy. Not very good, I don't think. Not worth a lot. In foil, looks cool, though. And then, nice. Okay, so there's one of the gods. Clothis, Mythic Rare in the Constellation frame. Not the one I wanted, but still pretty cool to see. And then, Daxos. God, every time I pull the Daxos, I think it's a Heliod. I get excited. So, just an uncommon in the foil, in the frame. There you go. Satyr. And wall. Token again. And let's clean up and go right into the next pack here quickly. Move those over. All right. Okay, here we go. Just had a quick sip of my coffee there. If you see a cut, I promise there's no shenanigans going on. Just didn't want you to have to hear that. And wanted to keep things moving for you. So, kind of a weird roller line on this one. I've noticed that on a few cards. I hadn't pointed it out until now. Not sure if this is going to get picked up at all. Yeah, not really. But there have been roller lines kind of down the middle of some of these cards. So that's not the best, but it's really not the end of the world. I can kind of see it there. Anyway. Keep it moving with the Nyxborn Brute, the Rage-Scarred Berserker, the Stampede Rider, the Lampad of Death's Vigil, Swamp, Basic Land, Nyx Herald, cool looking, love that frame, yet again. Glimpse of Freedom, also great foiling. Just love the foil in the water and not on the land. And our lands, speaking of land, Plains, Island, there you go. And then, okay, Serpent of Yawning Depths, Ancillary. Thought it was maybe Thassa, not that she'd be in that slot anyway. Ashiok's Erasure, Extended. And, oh, dude, nice. Idyllic Tutor, another one I wanted to pull. Not the extended, but it is in foil, in the basic frame. Great playable card, worth at least a few bucks. Very, very cool. Then, Daxos again, making me think he's Heliod. And then, damn it, not a Thassa. Okay. So, and then our Satyr token. And a Kraken token. That one's crazy. Again with the cool foiling. Okay, so blitzing through another Idyllic Tutor. That's one of the last cards I really wanted. The only other things at this point are Thassa and Heliod in the Constellation frames, in foil or non-foil, although preferably in foil for my tastes. So we'll see if we can get those. Cruising through here. What do we got? 5 packs left in total. Let's keep those there. So let's go. Towering Wave Mystic, Glory Bearers, Warbriar Blessing, Dreadful Apathy, Indomitable Will, Forest, nothing special there. Oh, cool. Saga, Madomi's Prophecy in foil, just an uncommon. Looks cool, though. Very cool looking. Inadon Evangel? Evangel? I don't know. You tell me. Our lands, Swamp, you've seen it. Forest, you've seen it. Ancillary card, okay. Another God, Mythic. God, we are loading up on Mythics in this box, honestly. Arthros, Shroud Veiled, pretty cool to see. And then, Arasta of the Endless Web Extended, very creepy. Don't think it's very valuable, though. Damn it. Wavebreak Hippocamp. Every time I see a blue frame, I'm going to think it's Thassa. So just a foil rare, not a ton of value, I don't think. Demigod, uncommon, and another Demigod uncommon in foil. Human Soldier. Reflection. New unique token. Crazy looking. There you go. Okay, I'm just going to blitz through these last few packs. I mean, we've hit, again, basically everything that, like, we could hit. There's maybe, like, Nyx Lotus, Underworld Breach would be cool to see, Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. Certainly a Thassa's Oracle. It's big, big money, especially in extended art with foiling. And then those 2 God cards. So let's just try to get back to the back of the pack and see the fun stuff back there. Malleus Forerunner, Plummet, Sleep of the Dead, Omen of Death, cool Omen cycle of cards, 1 of each color in this set. With the Mountain, the Transcendent Envoy with the awesome foiling, Shimmerwing, Chimera is what that says, I do believe. Hero of the Winds, hopefully in focus, lands, mountain, and a plains, and... Wait, what the frick? Just a common? I guess it just says 1 card from ancillary products. I guess it doesn't have to be a rare. I don't know why I assumed it was always a rare, but just a random common from one of the dual decks, maybe? I don't know. Hopefully this pack isn't busted. Anyway. Okay, a Woe Strider. That card sees play. Not sure the value, but that's a cool card in extended. Phoenix of Ash, not an Underworld Breach, as I was hoping when I saw red extended art in foil. Again, cool looking card. Really pops on that foiling in the right lighting. And uncommon. Nothing to see there. And damn it. Uncommon again. Wow. Human Soldier. And a goat. So I really thought, you know, with 2 of those, whatchamacallits, showcase constellation frame in each pack, that you'd see more of the rares than the uncommons. Like, I thought it would be a 50-50 split, kind of ignoring rarity, just because that's what I thought. But I guess the rares are a lot more rare, so that does make sense. Anyway, third to last pack, Omen of the Sun from that same cycle I was just talking about. Setisan Skirmisher. Rumbling Sentry. Again, cool foiling. I know this is, like, painful. You just want to see the cards, but see right there how it's, like, only foiling in the cracks and the rest is flat. I don't know why they don't do that so much anymore. It looks so much better. People might actually like foil cards if they looked like that and they didn't curl all the time, which these ones haven't yet. So, Fruit of Tizoris. Same deal with the foiling that I keep going on and on about that nobody cares about. I know. Staggering Insight. Cling to Dust. And our 2 lands, a swamp, and a mountain, and... Okay, yeah, so ancillary products, I guess, could just be whatever, because this is uncommon. I hadn't noticed up until this point, but Eidolon of Inspiration, Bronze Hide Lion, very cool. Don't think it has value in the extended. Okay, Calyx. There's a foil Planeswalker. It's not the borderless frame. I don't think it has a ton of value. The other Calyx is way more playable than the Planeswalker is, I think, but it is a mythic, and it is in foil, so that's very cool. And then another uncommon, and another uncommon. Damn it. I was hoping if I said that it was going to be another uncommon, that it would prove me wrong by being one of the god cards in the rare or mythic rare. But that did not happen. Maybe we'll try it again on the last 2 packs, because I would love to see one of those rare gods in foil in that showcase frame. But currently no luck. My card stacks are getting messy over there. So hopefully we can make it through these last 2 packs. This video's going long. I do apologize. I know I'm spending way too long just rambling about crap that nobody cares about. You just want to see the cards. So let's show you the cards. Nyxborn Brute, Rage Scarred Berserker, Stampede Rider with the cool foiling, Lampad of Death's Vigil, hopefully in focus, Swamp, Rise to Glory, Hydra's Growth, our lands, the plains, you've seen it, the island, you know, and then Ancillary Ironscale Hydra, cool Hydra card, not sure the value, but that's cool, and, okay, Nadir Kraken Extended, very cool, don't think very valuable. Gravebreaker Lamia. Didn't we get one of these already? Yeah, we did, because I was talking about the foiling. Yeah. Base frame, rare, foil, nothing crazy. Okay. Ashiok, Nightmare Muse, this time with the borderless. This is borderless frame. Another mythic rare. This box has been pretty good to me so far, so that's cool to see. Except for this slot. This slot has not been very good. So it's a foil. The borderless Planeswalker comes in the same slot as the non-foil constellation card, so we just go straight to the foil constellation card, and then our human soldier token and our wolf token. There you go. Okie doke. So, one pack left. If I could just get like a Thassa in non-foil and then a Heliod in foil from one pack, that would be amazing. But really not a lot to complain about with this pack so far. Don't know what the running total is. You know, it'll be down here, so I don't even know how to point there. Yeah, it'll be over there. So you'll know. I won't know until I come back in the edit. But it feels like it's been pretty good. Again, like double roller marks on this one. That I don't know if it's picking up, but beyond that, again, cannot complain with the Farika's Libration, whatever that said. Skola Gravedancer, Nyxborn Marauder, Island with the chains, Thrill of Possibility, cool to see. Another Saga in foil, looks cool. The Triumph of Annex, Heroes of the Revel, there you go. Mountain, Island, okay, Elspeth's Devotee for the ancillary slot, and then, okay, Thrix the Sudden Storm Extended, looks crazy. Don't think it's worth anything, but cool to see. And then, damn, another Phoenix of Ash, so no Underworld Breach, and then we just got our 2 constellation cards. Come on, baby. Okay. Timerit Calls the Dead, Saga, another one I think. We pulled one earlier, so that could also come in the Constellation slot. So just one foil Constellation left. Oh, what the frick? Okay. So in that foil Constellation slot, you can also get a borderless Planeswalker. So there is a foil Ashiok Nightmare Muse. Not sure the value in foil in borderless of the Planeswalker, but that's crazy, man. I just feel like we got really lucky with this box. I don't know how typical this is or not, but and there's a zombie token with the really cool foiling again. You can kind of see that you're sick of hearing me talk about. So, okay, I'm going to scan all these cards into the Delver Lens app. It's going to take a while. I got to get them all sleeved up and organized and everything too. So I'll be back later. For you, it'll just be like a second, and you will wonder why I sound so different and all that. But for me, it's going to take a while, get them all scanned in, take a look at the total prices at various market metrics so that we can see if this box was really worth it or not. Feels pretty good, though. So again, you know, the Nyxbloom Ancient, is this all in frame, hopefully? The Shadow Sphere, the Dry of the Elysian Grove, good value. We got 3 borderless Planeswalkers, 2 in foil, not in focus, but in foil. 1 in non-foil, regular Planeswalker. I think that had a little bit of value. Bunch of commons and uncommons that are worth like absolutely nothing, and then like this pile of like rares, and again these like constellations that we didn't get lucky getting a god card, so not really worth anything. Oh yeah, the Idyllic Tutor had some value. You know, I'm not totally sure of all the prices, so there might be some things in here that I skipped over that have value. Might be things I got excited about that don't have any value, but you know, that's what you end up with from one of these boxes, just to kind of show you. You get this stack of like rares and stuff, you know, maybe a few good pulls. This is just all the freaking commons and uncommons and lands and tokens and junk that's just going to curl and turn to crap, even though I keep it in a climate controlled room. And then you do get, which I do find personally very cool, 24 of these full art foil lands. I think again they go for like $1 or $2 each. They do move quickly. People love to bling out their decks with these. I didn't organize them by land type, but you can see, you know, if you really wanted to pause and look through and see my hideous thumbs, you know, how many of each we got here. So pretty cool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 2 per pack. So anyway, this part is probably worth just skipping over. I'm rambling. We're going to go ahead and see you in a little bit with future SIGs and a look at the prices and some final thoughts. So I'll be back with that shortly. Hello again, everyone. Future SIGs here, or I suppose past SIGs for you. with a look at the total value of the box here. And I would say that we did all right, all things considered. So first of all, I paid right around $220 for this box in April of 2024. Now this price may change. You may be able to find it for a little bit less or a little bit more, but that's right about what they're going for right now. So I have seen these boxes actually a lot cheaper on Amazon specifically, and I would generally advise not purchasing from Amazon to begin with for a number of reasons that I won't get into here. But I was tempted by the very, very low price. However, reading the reviews, a lot of people were saying that it appeared to be a scam or a repack, and one person cited this here for the reason being, which was that they got a lot of these duplicates. However, with my box, I got almost the exact same spread of duplicates. I think that's just how these boxes are, so I cannot confirm nor deny whether the boxes on Amazon are a scam, and they are a lot cheaper to buy there, but do so at your own risk. There is a lot of abuse with third-party resellers on Amazon as far as repacks and scam products go, so you may want to stay away from that. So we're just going to say $220 for the box price for now. And as far as the value of this box goes, we did get a little bit more than that, $240.40 of TCG player market value. And that's not exactly what I would expect to get from selling all these cards. It's more an indication of if I wanted to buy all these cards, how much I would have to spend. So we did get more value in the cards. We did get more dollars amount worth of cards at $240 than we spent for the box at $220. However, the thing is, why would you want this exact spread of cards? Why not take the $220, buy just the cards you want, keep the rest of the money, or get more cards that you would actually want instead of a lot of the junk that we have here. Now, we did get some pretty crazy pulls here. It didn't end up being as much as I thought it would be. I thought this box was just crazy getting all this stuff, all these crazy pulls back to back to back. And we did definitely get some good pulls. You can see up here, you know, the Nyx Bloom Ancient, the Shadow Spear, the Dryad, definitely good value. However, with the box price being what it is, it was a little bit harder to reach that $220 mark than I thought it would be. So I'll go ahead and scroll through here, let you just take a look at all the prices, and then we'll look at some other metrics as we go. And a couple other things that I noticed while just looking at these prices. First of all, I was pretty surprised to see that these foils were worth more than I thought they would be, basically. So something I've noticed with a lot of the current sets, you scan the card into Delver Lens and then you check the foil box, and then they often go down in price. People just don't want the foils as much. At least the current foils, there's just a lot more of them with how many more collectors products are sold, and the quality is just so bad. They curl. People would rather just have a regular printing for their decks rather than a curled foil version. So I was a little surprised to see the prices actually go up on these. I don't know if that's just because this set, you know, didn't have as much of a print run for the collector's products and there was just less foils going around, or the quality is just better on them, or what it is exactly, but it was a little bit interesting to see. It's not like they all went up by a ton, but again, you know, like a card down here, just to give an example, maybe this Rage Scarred Berserker, you know, let's say it's 5 cents. And then I check the foil box and it goes down to 1 cent or 3 cents for current products. Here it went from 5 cents up to 10 cents or whatever it is. Those are just random numbers I made up as an example, but you know, quite a bit of added value from the foils. Again, these are not cards that you're really going to sell and get your money's worth for like anything down here. You know, how often are you going to be able to sell a timer at for 10 cents, and why would you even want to? It's going to cost more than that just to ship it. But as far as the value that you get from pulling it from a pack instead of buying it as a single, it is nice to see that you do get that added value from the foils that you don't seem to get from current sets. And then we'll just keep scrolling through down to the bottom here. You can see the full breakdown, pause, and take a look at whatever you want to see if you are curious about the price of any specific card. And as we do get to the bottom here, you'll notice there are no prices on these tokens. So Delver Lens does not have the double-sided tokens or the prices for them in the app, which is kind of a shame because some of these had some pretty good value. For example, this double-faced tentacle satyr token, I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, currently going for $1.71, and they do move fairly well. So you could potentially add some value to the total price of this box if you were to add in these token values that aren't shown here. And then one other thing that I just want to mention real quick before we look at, you know, more so what you would get from selling these cards versus just this look at value. There was a lot more value from the extended art as well as the foil extended art versions of cards. So just for an example, this Gravebreaker Lamia here, the normal printing of the card is 35 cents, basically worth nothing. Now the extended art version is $1.63, so pretty big jump there. And then the extended art foil version is $8.03. So that is crazy to go from a 35-cent card to an $8 card. You know, from a card that's bulk, it's worth nothing, to a card that you could sell as a single for, you know, right around $8. Pretty crazy to see. There were some other examples of this. Just in general, anything that had an extended art version ended up being worth quite a lot more than the base printing, which I was a little surprised to see. So, you know, depending on what you pull, you may get more, you may get less. I was also a little disappointed to see these borderless planeswalkers, which are quite rare, I think, not really be worth much. I thought they'd be worth at least something, especially the foil ones, just because they're uncommon, but not a lot of value there. And there were a couple foils, as I was just mentioning, how the prices for some of these foil cards were like worth a lot more, or at least a bit more. One that I noticed, if I could find it here, Cling to Dust. $4.43 in foil. It was worth like next to nothing in non-foil. So pretty interesting. You know, that's what we ended up with. So going to take a look at a few other things here. So first of all, what I'd like to look at is just the lands that we got. So, because this is essentially guaranteed. Now, you may not get this exact spread of lands as it is randomized. In case you were curious, here's what I ended up getting. Very nice spread. 4 planes, 5 of everything else. Very nice spread of cards. And the prices are slightly different on all of these, so depending on what you get, this may vary a little bit, but they're all right around $2. You'll see as I scroll through here. So you could reasonably assume that you're going to get about, you know, $48 to $50 worth of value just from the lands. Now, you could potentially sell these, you know, about $2 a pop. I'm sure you could move them at that price. You take out your shipping and your seller fees, you're maybe not pocketing quite that amount. But if you consider the fact that if you wanted, you know, 24 of these lands in a random assortment that you'd have to pay right around $50 to get them, you could also get them from buying one collector's booster box. You get that value of cards that you would otherwise have to pay for as singles from just the box. So I thought that that was kind of interesting just to see. And then what we'll look at next is more or less what you would expect to get from selling these cards, as opposed to what like the value is of the cards that you get, as opposed to buying them all as singles. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to price source, and we're going to set it to, actually we're going to keep it at TCG Player Market, but we're going to change the minimum price to, well, let's look at two things. We'll quickly do $1. So typically anything under $3 you're going to consider bulk, and you're not really going to try to sell as a single because it's just not worth it. But just out of curiosity, just cutting off cards that are worth less than $1, here we go. $217.25, so right around the value of the box. Now, you know, you can try to sell all these cards as singles. You're going to have to subtract your seller fees, your shipping, all that kind of stuff. So you're going to end up with a little bit less, but, you know, some pretty big hits here. You know, a lot of these cards you could sell. Again, the lands, you could probably move them for about $2 all day. Some of this other stuff down here, I don't know that you're really going to get, you know, $2 or $1 for a lot of this stuff. Like, how often are you going to be able to sell an extended art bronze hide lion for $1.42? Probably not often, but you could potentially sell all these cards from the Wavebreak Hippocamp, up. You know, get just about your money back, and then get to keep everything else for nothing. So there's that, and then let's look at the more realistic selling price if you were to try to sell these as singles, which is going to be market price with a $3 cutoff. So here we go. That comes out to $132.14, so a lot less with this $3 cutoff. You know, I almost wish this included the lands. I feel like the lands are an exception to that $3 rule just because a lot of people do like those lands. They're really good looking lands. People like to use them in their decks. They do move very consistently at about $2 a piece. So you could even potentially add in that, you know, $50 for the lands, essentially. Call this $182. So still less than you paid for the box, but these are cards that you could certainly move as a single. I mean, certainly, you know, the Nyx Bloom Ancient you can get $30 for, the Shadow Spear a little under 30, Dryad you can get $15 for. You know, a lot of these cards will move as a single, so you could recoup a good amount of your money and then keep everything from Klothys and below for the difference. And then one other thing, or potentially the last thing we'll look at here, is going to be not if you wanted to sell this card as a single, but more so if you wanted to sell this like to a local card shop or something. So we're going to look at TCG Player Buylist. This is what TCG Player will buy the card from you for right now. I'm going to set a minimum price of $1. Personally, if they're not even going to give me $1 for it, I don't think it's worth selling. Although, you know what? Now that I'm saying all that, why don't we take a look at both? So first of all, we'll just leave the zero price on, and that way I can kind of explain what I mean by this too. So there you go. $125.76. TCG Player will buy these cards from you for that amount right now. This is probably more in line with what you get from like trading in at a local card shop, that kind of thing. You can see the Nyx Bloom Ancient, you know, it's worth $33. If you wanted to buy it, the value is $33. If you wanted to sell it as a single, subtracting shipping and seller fees, the value is probably right around $30. And if you wanted to sell it to your card shop, the value is right around $23. So you do end up getting a lot less money this way, but you don't have to worry about finding a buyer. You could just package these up, ship them to TCG Player, take them to your local card shop, whatever, and you get $125.76. So, you know, a little bit more than half the value of the box, and you could keep everything else without a price for free. So again, scrolling through here, you can see the lands. They'll give you about $1 for them, whereas you could probably get 2 if you sold them yourself. But then we get down here to a lot of this stuff where, yeah, like they're buy listing a lot of these cards for a penny. Oh, there's not actually as many as I thought. So anything down here without a price, they're not even offering a buy list for. I don't know what your local card shop will do, so the total may be more. But like, if they're going to give me a penny for a foil Elysian Caryatid, which is a card that sees plays, I mean, I know people that use it in their commander decks. I'd rather keep it for a penny, just for the piece of cardboard that it is. I mean, I'll use it as a fancy coaster for a penny. You know, I just don't think it's worth giving it to them for that amount. When if I wanted to buy one, you know, it could be 10 times that. Maybe that's only 10 cents, but still. So that's just me personally. So typically, if I don't get at least $1 for it, because I know that the value that they're giving me is so much less than what I would have to pay to get one or what I could get from selling it as a single, I usually don't even bother with anything less than $1. So let's just take a look at that. Same deal. Buy list price, so what TCG Player will give you or what you're more likely to get from trading this in with the $1 cutoff. And it comes out to $109.33. So again, you can see all the same cards up at the top here. The only difference is with that $1 cutoff, once we get to Ashiok, anything under there, we're going to keep. So I can get $109.33, almost exactly half of the price of the box by trading in very easily all these cards here, which are kind of the good cards that you might want to keep. But, you know, you could keep the rest of this, get a whole bunch of foil junk and just kind of other random things for about half of that price for, you know, about $111 or so. So there's one other thing that I'll look at here that I don't usually look at, but just purely out of curiosity. We're going to set the price source to TCG Player Mid, and I'm just going to do no cutoff, and I'll explain what we're looking at here. So, you know, typically TCG Player market price is the best indication of value. It's what the cards are moving for. You know, it's the market price. It's what people are actually paying for the cards. What mid is just an aggregate of all of the prices of all of the listings. So, you know, you could have 100 cards listed for $1, and that's really what the card is worth. That's the market price. That's what it's moving for. People are buying and selling them for $1 all day. And then somebody just lists one for $10,000 randomly. That's going to show the mid price of that card is $100. That card is obviously not worth $100. It's just skewed by that overpriced listing. Now, it's pretty rare that that would be that extreme. And the reason that I like to look at the mid price, especially for older sets like this set that's 4 years old, is the older the set gets, the more listings that there are of lightly played, heavily played, moderately played, that kind of stuff. And there is something to be said for the value of these cards being totally pack fresh. You know, I opened them myself. I got them right into sleeves. They are as mint condition as could possibly be. And so that market price isn't always taking into account that higher premium for near mint copies of the cards. You know, in brand new sets, everything's near mint. That is going to be basically totally accurate. With older sets, there's a lot more of these dingier copies being sold. So we might creep a little bit closer to the mid value, just based on the fact that these cards are pack fresh and that those sell for even more. Now, again, I wouldn't expect to like get this amount from selling all these. You'd want to, you know, be pricing them competitively, even at near mint, to be able to move them quicker. But it is an indication of like, if I wanted to buy all these cards as near mint as they could be, as they were out of these packs that I just opened, I would have to spend closer to this $274.83 value. So it's just another way of looking at what the cards are worth, you know, what their value is to you. In this case, is what you would have to spend to get them. It's not what you would get for selling them, it's what you would have to spend to get them. And if I wanted to spend, or if I wanted this exact spread of cards at this great quality, this near mint condition, pack fresh, I might expect to spend $274.83, or I could have got this exact spread of cards for only $220 by buying this particular collector's booster. Again, I don't know why you'd want this exact spread of cards. You're probably better off taking that money, buying just the cards that you want, and then saving the difference. But it is just another way to look at the value of the box so that you can decide if you think it's worth it or not. So that's pretty much going to be it. You know, it'll be up to you to decide if you think that it's worth it or not to get this product. For me, it was. Based almost solely on the fact that I happen to be taking a little break from playing and collecting Magic the Gathering when this set came out, and I never had a chance to actually open any of it, and I think it's one of the coolest planes, and so for me, it was worth the $220 alone just for the experience of opening and seeing these cards, holding them in my hand for the first time. If you were looking to open one of these with the hopes of reselling these cards and making money, now that's going to be a different story. This is just one example of what you may or may not get. You'll have to look at other pack openings and see what the value on those came out to, and then try to determine like an average box price, an EV calculation, expected value calculation, and decide for yourself if you think that's something you can make money on. If you just want to get $220 worth of cards that you would otherwise have to spend and you don't care that it's a random assortment, you know, then I'd say this is probably a pretty good buy. I mean, I got pretty lucky with some of these pulls. You may get a lot luckier and pull some even crazier things, you know, foil versions of these extended arts and that kind of stuff. Or you may do a lot worse. You know, you might not get the Nyx Bloom or the Shadow Spear, which added up to a huge portion of the total value of this box. So do so at your own discretion. But that's going to be all from me. I hope you enjoyed seeing this pack opening as much as I did. It was just really cool to see the cards, and I hope you found it useful to take a look at the total value at various market metrics, so that depending on what kind of a buyer you are, hopefully you're a little bit more informed and can decide if this product is worth it or not for you. So I've been Siggs, but for now I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.